Hi guys, I'm RiggyRob, and welcome to a game you haven't seen us play before, Enter the Gungeon. So this is a game that I've been playing in my off time quite a bit, ever since it came out, I think in 2015 for the PlayStation 4. And I've been playing it a lot, as you can probably tell. I've got over 200 credits, I've beaten all the bosses, but there is one boss that I haven't fully completed yet, and that is the Resourceful Rat. So I've completed his first and second phases, but he has a punch-out phase which I have not been able to complete. So I figured, you know what, it's been a while since we streamed, why don't we try and ease back into the swing of things by trying to take on the Resourceful Rat and see if we can't do that punch-out boss fight. So for this I'm going to be using the pilot, mainly because for the Resourceful Rat you need to save up money, and the pilot has lockpicks, so that you can save your money using, you know, trying to get keys for the oubliette and then eventually the Nord key. There might be some better characters for this, but I'm pretty sure the pilot is generally recommended as like one of the better end game characters. I like the Marine a lot as a kind of like a beginner character and for proving that you can take on bosses with a starter weapon, but with the pilot you really don't want to be doing that. So as always, you start off in the Keep of the Lad Lord. I'm going to try and sort of explain Gungeon for people that don't know, but that all depends on whether you guys have got any experience at all. Also, like I said, I have completed this quite all the boss fights, but for the Resourceful Rat I am going to be sticking to normal mode rather than turbo mode, because it just gives me a bit more time to react to all the different phases of the fight. I've seen it quite a few times, but those reaction times can be a bit dicey sometimes. So Enter the Gungeon, as you can probably see, is a dungeon crawler roguelike. It's a twin stick shooter, so you can see that I'm aiming with two sticks. And it's incredibly fun, and I enjoy it a lot. Let's grab this enemy down here. Come on. See, this guy gives you more keys, and giving you more keys is important because it means that you can open more chests and locks without having to break chests in case you want to junk them, and the chests contain better guns and better items that help you to try and beat the Gungeon. This room in particular is actually quite important because it has a secret inside, and I'll show you that in a minute once I've cleared the room out. This is one of the more annoying configurations for the room itself because, as you can probably tell, there's lots and lots of enemies, and they cause a lot of chaos. So I'm going to try and clear this out without taking any damage, nice and slowly. Again, using the pilot, not great for this because obviously he's got one of the weakest weapons in the game with one of the worst accuracy stats. So yeah, still doing good so far. Playing this on non-turbo mode is actually really helpful in that, you know, you get a lot more time to react to stuff. Oh, I've got a free chest. Alright, well, it's a free chest. Let's try the lockpick. Yeah, nice one. Okay, what do we got? Angry bullets. Okay, it's not too bad, I don't think. So this room, as I mentioned, has a secret, and it involves this barrel here, which has water. So I'm just going to push this up over here to where the fireplace is, and then hopefully it should become fairly obvious what I mean when that happens. So it puts out the fireplace grate opens up, you can go inside, you press X, and the secret unlocks later somewhere else, which is over here. So this leads to the oubliette, which is a secret floor in the Gungeon and is kind of mandatory for taking on the Resourceful Rat, because you need to clear out as many floors as possible to get as much money as possible. And yeah, skipping the ooblet makes it a lot harder to try and get the money you need to take on the rat and buy the Nord key. You can avoid it, but that would normally mean using Curse, which is another hidden feature in the game. And I'll come on to that in a little bit when I have some Curse, perhaps. So yeah, as I mentioned, this has been made by Dodgerel Games. Ooh, brown chest. I think I might try the lockpick once it's recharged. This is made by Dodgerel Games, and I really enjoy this game. They have an update coming out. In fact, it's one of the final updates for the game, to add a couple of things that people have been asking for the game, including a new character called Paradox, who is basically an amalgamation of all the different characters in the game. So you have the pilot, who I'm playing as now, the marine I mentioned before, and you've got a couple of others. But I'll tell you what, while I've got these two keys, before I'm tempted to use them on something else, let's put them into here, and that opens up the ooblet for later. And they're going to be adding a couple of things that people have been asking for. So Paradox, like I mentioned, you can play as the Hunter, who I think is generally recommended as like one of the better overall characters. And then the Convict, who apart from some use in speedruns is pretty terrible. I'm not sure if the next content update will change the Convict in any way, but just have to wait and see. So yeah, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I really enjoy it. And all the updates that the developers have done for this game have become free of charge. They were planning to do a DLC pack that was actually paid for, but I think they decided that they wanted to move on to something else because they've been working on this game for a long time, and I can't fault them for that. You know, being able to... Ooh, wow. Screen shake! Working on a game for a long time can lead to a bit of burnout, and it's like, yeah, I want to move on to something else, more creative endeavors. Yeah, I heavily suggest anyone who likes roguelikes or dungeon crawlers or twin stick shooters, any kind of combination of all those games. Another brown chest. Alright, let's try this one. Yes. Okay, Litchi trigger figure. That's not too bad. Rate of fire up. It's probably one of the better items you can get out of a brown chest, which is the worst quality chest. Right, let's see. There we go. And yeah, so I really recommend this game. Is incredibly fun, so check it out, guys. It's available on Xbox One, PC, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch as well. I must say, on Nintendo Switch, I did get quite a few more game crashes than on the PlayStation version, but I think they've managed to sort those out now, and they don't happen as much as they used to. Just have a look on the map. Is everything cleared out? Oh joy. Okay, so I didn't find another gun to take on the next boss with, so I'm gonna have to do it with a pilot's pistol, which, as I mentioned before, is one of the worst ones to do it with. And the shopkeeper didn't sell a gun either, so I couldn't even buy one. Not that I'd want to. Again, like I said, keeping my money for the Resourceful Rat. Oh boy, okay. Let's take on the boss with just the pilot's pistol, I hope. It's the Trigger Twins. This is going to be annoying. Although, hopefully, the fact that I've got angry bullets will help out with this. Shades and Smiley. Double tap Trigger Twins. So, the main strategy I have for most bosses in this game is basically to just circle strafe them as much as possible, because you want to keep as much distance as you can. And this is actually going to be a good test, because these bosses should be okay to flawless, and by flawless I mean that you complete them without taking any damage whatsoever, and if you can manage to do that, you get extra rewards. You saw a little flash there, that was my blank going off. I'm good at getting it into a bit of a sticky situation. Blanks can be used to clear the screen of all bullets, and I've used both of those now. Hopefully I won't need to use another one. Now, generally when you're doing this boss fight, you kind of want to focus on one of the twins in particular, and it's usually Shades you want to focus on first, because he has the more annoying attack patterns to deal with. But I've kind of headed towards Smiley. Let's dodge roll over that. So, I got hit. Oh, well, never mind. Like I said, I'm doing this for the Resourceful Rat run, although that, not being able to flawless that, is going to be detrimental later on, I must say. God damn. Taking too many slots. What am I looking for? Sloppy hits, that's what I'm looking for. So, again though, having pilot starter pistol to do this with, not great. Alright, so let's see. Got some... Yay, look at that. I've got a slightly better weapon, the Corsair. Alright. Corsair being a charged weapon makes it not very great, but oh well. We make do. Let's see if we can open up this brown chest now. No. Okay, let's break it open then, see if we get some hearts. Ah, key! That could have come in handy. Actually no, because I didn't get any better quality chests. Ah well, never mind. So, let's head off to the secret room, the oubliette then. Now, I noticed that I know that I'm like skipping over lots of things in here because, you know, I've been playing this game for ages, and some things that I think are second nature by now probably make no sense to anybody else who hasn't seen this game before. But like I said, I encourage people to check this game out. It's very fun. I was mentioning the content updates. They've been doing a really good job with adding new synergies and new weapons and things like that to the game, and making it feel fresh and, you know, interesting with every run that you do. So you can play this for, like, I think I've played this for hundreds of hours. I'm not sure exactly how long, but if I can check that out, I'll try to. But yeah, this is the oubliette. This is one of the secret floors. I say one of because there's multiple, and it's quite tricky to take on with a weak weapon. Now I'm using my pilot's starter pistol to try and save ammo on the Corsair. When I pick up a better weapon, or if I get into a tricky room like this one, I will probably switch them out. So let's move out. Damn it, still got hit, even switching to the better weapon. Although the Corsair is not very good, I must say. So, one thing that I should be better at, and it probably happens to a lot of people, but it's basically not using your good weapons when you should. Oh, nice, got a key. And basically it's like, well, what if I need it later? And obviously the mindset with that is flawed because it's like, well, what if you need it now? And Gungeon is very stingy with the kind of health drops it gives you, so if you take damage, it's very difficult to recover that. Already I'm doing pretty badly. Heart and a half already, so that's half health. And I didn't get the flawless on the trigger twin, so I'm not going to be able to make up for those flaws unless I get some lucky drops with things like heart containers, you know, some items and weapons that can give you extra hearts, basically. Let's clear this out. There we go. Right, let's see what the shopkeeper's got. Balloon gun, membrane. Not particularly useful. This could mean that there is a secret room somewhere in here, but I'm not going to test that now. I'll probably test that at the end of the level, maybe even after the boss. Oh, I hate trap rooms. Let's avoid this for now. So as you can probably tell, the rooms in this are all procedurally generated, so they're all different every time you play. They pick from a certain pool of presets, and all the levels are handcrafted, so you know that once you're in a particular type of room that you know which enemies are going to be in it. So for example, this one, it's got pits, it's got shotgun kin, which are green, it's got the mutated kin that throw poison on the floor, and snipers that shoot sniper shells at you, and then yeah. So once you've seen the rooms a couple of times, you can kind of prepare for what's gonna occur. Yeah. So this is one of the bigger rooms, and there's lots of enemies here, and that's why I'm sticking with the Corsair for the time being. I really hope I find a better weapon soon, because yeah, taking on the Resourceful Rat with a pilot starter pistol is not going to go well. In fact, I don't think it's even possible to try and beat the Resourceful Rat without cheating in some way if you've got the pilot pistol. The pilot pistol, like I said, weak, and also doesn't fire very fast, it's not very accurate, and the Resourceful Rat has tons and tons of health. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a good boss killer weapon at some point. if it's not on this floor, then the next, or the one after. So yeah, let's go this way, shall we? Yeah, let's keep the corset out for the time being, because, again, these enemies are usually on par with the ones on, like, the 3rd floor, I would say. Okay. Sloppy hits, Rob, sloppy hits. I'm debating just doing a quick restart now, just to save myself the time. We'll see. Maybe I can recover, who knows. Nope, never mind. Alright, well, it's been a while since I played Gungeon, actually, so it's nice to warm up again, so... Alright, quick restart. Let's go again. So, for those of you that follow us on Twitter, you may see that you've, on our pinned tweet, our pinned profile tweet, I've had ideas of what kind of gateway videos to do that are, you know, not just, like, hour-long streams. And one of them was an idea of doing lore videos or narrative videos. And I've been thinking of doing that for Enter the Gungeon, because there is actually a ton of lore in this game. You'll have seen that book that opened up when I died. It contains information about all sorts of different weapons and items and so on. So let's get you. Dead. Let's get you. There we go. I'm going to get both of them. Nice. Ammo drop, not particularly useful, but key, definitely useful. And yeah, in the Gungeon, there's so much, like, referential material and, like, pop culture references and trivia and things like that. And it's just like, there is so much available in this game that I figured, you know what, I've got some ideas of kind of lore videos to do. Some of them have been done before, obviously, because, you know, it will happen with any game that's got a fan base. Any good game, at least. But, you know, I can always add my own little take on what the lore of this game is like, and, you know, various secrets that might not have been covered. They probably have, but they might not have been. And, you know, just a different take on everything. You know, like, for example, there's the paintings in the Gungeon, so you can see there's a painting there of a bullet with a crown on its head. And that's a boss that you haven't seen on this stream so far, because we did Trigger Twins. But, as you can probably tell, as with the rooms being randomly generated, the bosses can be from a pool as well. So there's the Bullet King, there's the Trigger Twins, and there's Gatling Gull for the first floor. And you'll see some interesting enemy types, so there's like references to Bobble Bobble. Let's try Lockpick. Yes. Ooh, interesting. Weird egg. Okay. So the weird egg is very weird, in fact. It's actually something to do with beating the boss of this update for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And you saw... Oh, hello. I don't know if that meow's been picking up. You saw the statue of the dragon head at the start of the stream. That actually means that I've beaten the Advanced Dragon boss, which is the new one that was added in the content update. So the weird egg kind of lets you circumvent the normal way of doing the boss, which is you need to beat the resourceful rat and you need to unlock a serpent from a weird egg and feed it items, and then you can take on the advanced dragon. But if you just take the weird egg item itself and you put it into some fire, you can actually hatch a little snake thing yourself and then just feed it items or weapons, and then when you eventually take on the dragon, it will turn into the advanced version. Okay. Yeah, cool. I'm getting lucky with the lockpicks today. Moon Scraper, again, not a particularly good weapon, but we'll see. We'll see if I have to use it for the boss. Let's see if we can not get a lucky drop or two. Alright, need to go over here. There we go. So, again, there's a fireplace in this room, and that's important because that unlocks the oubliette. So the fireplace rooms do differ, but there is always a room with a fireplace, and you just need to find a water barrel like this one here, and push it into the flames. Now, when you first start the game, the water barrel isn't actually in the same room. You have to scour the map out of that to try and find it. and then once you found it, lead it all the way back to where the fireplace is. No, okay. So the lockpicks usually let you open locks and stuff like that, but it does have a 50% chance of failing, so it failed there. So I couldn't open that chest that had a fuse on it, and it exploded. So that opens up the oubliette. Anything else in here? No, okay. Alright, let's see which boss we got this time. Switch to the Moonscraper. Gatling Gull! Okay. And it's the version of the map with pits. So Gatling Gull's interesting because it's the only boss in the game that has different room layouts for its boss fight. Every other boss has one room only and they stay consistent. But Gatling Gull changes. Now, if I was to put a lore spin on that, I would say it's because he can fly. But, you know, the default thing for the Gungeon is that it says that the Gungeon walls shift in turn with each journey. So, you'll see some things about Gatling Gull. He can obviously fly across the map. I'm quite lucky I've got the Moonscraper because that means I can just, you know, stay a safe distance away. And in fact, this is kind of how you want to take on the Gatling Gull, is just stay a certain distance away. So I'm going to use the pits to my advantage. And this boss is actually an exercise in not dodge rolling, which is what you'd normally do to avoid boss attacks. And there we go, so that's Gatling Gull flawless with the Moonscraper. Alright, let's get those Jiminy credits up here. Camera, okay. So I picked up the mass around there, that gave me an extra heart, so that's good. That'll come in useful for the rat. And I got the camera as well, which can be useful when it comes to trying to clear out rooms in a safe way. So, got the Moonscraper here, let's try, nope, no secret holes there, up above, no, I don't think so. And let's try over here, secret wall, aha! So, you'll see that the wall here has cracked a little bit. That means there's a secret underneath, so I'm going to use a blank to open it up. And we have a piece of armor. That's decent. That's a good trade. I don't think there'll be another secret room in this map, but I'm just going to do a check anyway in the shopkeeper's room. Nah, didn't think so. Alrighty, so we need to move to the oubliette once more. And I've still got the weird egg, which is good. Now the weird egg, I don't know if I'll use it to hatch the snake or not, but I think I might use it for health if I get low. The problem with this game is that you kind of have to always keep a wiki tab open to just like double check exactly what an item is and what it does. So let's see, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the expected way for roguelikes sometimes. So you can see now that I'm using the camera. This is a charge weapon that you use to damage all enemies in the room. So you saw those two enemies die there at the same time. And it's most useful when you're trying to stay behind cover and just, you know, not have to expose yourself because you can do it from any position. So this one's a good room to do it in because the green bullets you can see here are quite fast. Yeah, okay. And of course, it takes on lots of enemies at once. Yeah, got some more ammo. Cool. That's another thing. The advanced Gungeons and Dragons. Oh, goddamn. Hate trap rooms. Let's skip that for now. The Advanced Gungeons and Dragons update changed the loot tables for the game. So previously, the game was a bit more harsh on how much ammo and hearts and stuff it dropped for you, how many keys it dropped. So, like I said, these developers have been great, and they've been updating the game, like, massively over time. Because they originally released this game in, like, 2014 on the PC. Not sure if it was in early access before then, but... Ooh, okay. Another chest. Alright, so... And... yeah! Oh! Ooh. Wow! Rat boots, really? Okay, I'm just going to double check that that's what I expect it to be. Grants temporary invulnerability in flight when the wearer walks over a pit. That is amazing. Pits are annoying, and anything you can do to not have to deal with them is great. Right, so this is a busy room. I'm going to switch the camera to try and take on multiples of them. Is that them? Yeah, there we go. Cool. But yeah, just to see the power of the rat boots. Look at that. Easy. Easy. Alright, let's... Ooh, busy. There we go. Ooh, damn it. Ended up using a piece of armor there, and that's what the blank effect was without using one. So armor, if you get hit, it produces a blank effect, and yeah. You kind of want to keep keep armor and blanks for the rat fight, mainly because it's very tough. But obviously, if you've got lots of health, you can outlast them as well. Yeah, you know what? It's a blue chest. I'm going to try using lockpick. Nah, it didn't work that time. Let's just destroy it. See if we get some junk. Yeah, junk. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to do a quick check. Nope. No secret rooms there. That's fine. And we move on. Cool. Okay. There we go. So you'll notice that there's different colours of enemies. There is a subtle difference with some in the game. So there are blue shotgunkin, there are red shot. Ooh, secret room in here. Oh, that was a bit of a waste. I'm not fond of rooms that just give you ammo or hearts. Well, actually, hearts can be useful, but ammo and stuff, it's just like, why? I want something good. A room full of chests that aren't locked is great. Even rooms with, like, you know, lore stuff would be interesting. Alright. There we go. Come on, get these guys. Bounce the moon scraper off as much as I can. There we go. Any more? No, no more. Okay, so... Alright, so this room is something we didn't see before, and it's for the old crest. That is the key to unlocking the second secret level. Again, not sure if I'll do that this stream, although to be fair, since I died so early in the first attempt, I might do it. It's another tough floor that gives you more opportunity to get more money and so on, but it does have a cost in terms of resources. So it's like, do I want to spend the ammo trying to clear out the floor? Do I want to take on the boss? And for that reason, a lot of people do end up skipping the second floor. Alright, yeah, I don't have a key, so let's try lockpicks. Yeah, there we go. Turbo gun, that's okay. Not particularly fun with the turbo gun because it requires you to mash the reload button to get the most out of it, but it's always better weapon than the starter pistol. So, alright, let's time this. Okay. Ah, even with the rat boots, I didn't manage to clear that. Oh well, that's a waste of armor, but never mind, eh? So yeah, like I said, trap rooms do exist, and it's basically just a jumping obstacle. So you have to figure out the best way to clear the room. So you saw those platforms with fire on. That's one of the more annoying ones where you have to time your jumps correctly to make sure that you use your invulnerability of your dodge roll to avoid the flames. Now, with the rat boots, I could have probably avoided that. Ooh, Gun Knight Gauntlet. That's a good thing to have for first or second floor. 46 though, that's a bit expensive. I'll come back to it, let's see. Okay, so what we have. Let's go with Turbo Gun. And we have one of the easiest bosses in the game, the Blobby Lord. And for that reason, he doesn't give you anything especially good when you flawless him. You get basically a better chance of a better weapon. But I think people generally accept that he is one of the weakest bosses, and therefore he shouldn't really get good rewards because it would break the game otherwise. And the reason why he's one of these bosses in the game is because his patterns are easy to avoid, especially once you know them. Obviously, someone taking on this guy for the first time would be like, oh god, how do I deal with this? So, yeah, stick in the corner. But the reason why this guy is easy is because he's a massive target. All you have to do is avoid the trails of goop that he does by timing your dodge rolls. These bullet patterns are fairly easy to avoid. These ones are okay if you stay a certain distance away. So let's go over here. try and get around him. So you just time that. Time that. Some people might be tempted to try and dodge roll away from the goop, but you actually want to dodge roll over it because it takes them a while to come back. So there you go. That's the Blobulord flawless. So again, you don't get a master round for that because he's easy, and he tries to attack you as well, and you can dodge roll into him to do some damage. See if you can kill him. Ooh. Kill. 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 Yeah, see? Alright, so we have Weird Egg, Trusty Lockpicks, and we have the Napalm Strike. Now, I'm probably not going to use the Weird Egg, so I'm going to leave that on the floor. Napalm Strike and Trusty Lockpicks are much more useful for what I'm trying to do. And before I forget, we should head over to here to get the old crest. And I've got 100 shells, so I'm going to pick up the Gun Knight Gauntlet. Now the Gun Knight Gauntlet's good because it gives you armor every floor, so as I move on to the next floor, I'll be able to get another armor piece. And that comes in handy for the rat because his floor counts as a separate floor. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, let's move on. So Old Crest counts as a piece of armor. You need to find somewhere on the second floor, in a particular place, to place it. And then you get to go to the second secret floor, which is the Abbey of the True Gun. Let's see. OBS, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining, OBS? Alright, let's see. Are you going to sort yourself out? Let's hold on a second, because OBS is going strange. Let's see. Settings. Dum dum. Well, I can't change the stream key now. It's on auto for Twitch. 2500 bitrate. Why are you dropping frames now? It's a bit odd. Let's refresh my Twitch browser. Okay. I am going to try a stop and start of the stream and see if anything changes. Not sure what's going on, so I'll see you in a sec, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I needed to reset the stream key. Not sure exactly why that was such a problem, but fixed now, I think. OBS looks good, so alright, I'll just cut that into half an hour. Why not? So, right, need to get back to the train of thought of things. So yes, so this is the second floor. You can probably tell the layout of it is a little bit different. So the first floor is characterized by, you know, the castle grounds, the libraries, the things like that. This floor is about, oh god damn it. Look in the wrong direction for that. This floor is the Gungeon proper, it's called. And this is characterized more by the actual dungeon part of the game. Now I've got nothing to back this up, but I felt like this was the area where I was most likely to pick up NPCs. So you can find various NPCs in the game. So there are different shopkeepers. There are, you know, people you can do challenges for. So Winchester, Freifel and Grey Mouser, people like that. Man Cervantes and so on. So I need to clear out this room, and you'll notice that the quality of the enemies is slightly better. So this enemy in the middle of the room right here is the Iron Maiden, and he's an annoying bugger to try and kill because he is invulnerable for certain parts. So you'll see him now, he's doing his little dance around in the middle. He's completely invincible when he does that, and his bullet pattern that he fires out once he opens up is incredibly difficult to deal with. And hey, Reaper is here. Hello, Reaper. Reaper has just subscribed with a tier 1 sub and subscribed for 11 months in a row. Today, we use our power to fell a god and then seize our destiny. Hello, Reaper. How are you doing today? thank you very much for the resub. Catching up on Remus for a year, so it'll be interesting to see. We should really do something for like an anniversary event for when we first became Twitch affiliates. I feel like we should do something special. I was thinking of doing another 12-hour stream, but checking calendar for work and everything, I think I've actually got something booked for the week of when we became Twitch affiliates properly. But I'll double check and see if it's something that we can work around. But yes, thank you very much for that, Reaper. Really do appreciate it. And I hope that everything has been kept up to date on the Hall of Fame, the Twitch Hall of Fame that we have. Right, so let's see. Oh, so many Iron Maidens. Alright, let's... Oh, napalm's not as good as I thought it was. It's just for fire, it doesn't actually give an explosion effect. And already you can tell I had 3 pieces of armor when starting this floor, and now I have none. And that's just because this floor is a lot more difficult than the first one. Mainly because of those Iron Maidens, I must say. They are annoying. Alright, so let's take on a mini-boss. I have a feeling it's going to be Fusilier. Yeah, Fusilier, okay. So this guy is another annoying mini-boss. Mainly because you have a limited arena to fight him in. Most other mini-bosses, you've at least got a full room to do that. But this room is basically just a thin platform to deal with. Let's see if I can't. See if I can't dodge roll out of that. There we go. And as you can probably tell, he's got, you know, quite erratic patterns to deal with. There's the fire that he shoots out, and that can overlap with the bullets that he's shooting out there. But got him. Cool. Fusilier has killed people on their runs sometimes. Got the map, so that's useful. Ah, bomber. Hey, you know what? Picked up some armor, so that's good enough. So let's see. Yeah, I'll stick to the turbo gun for the time being. Now, annoyingly enough, I'm using the turbo gun, but like I said, I don't actually use it a lot, mainly because reloading has to be done by mashing square on the PlayStation 4 controller, and usually what I do is I mash R1 to reload, but that doesn't count as a reload, unfortunately. So yeah, not as good as it could be, I must say. So let's see what else is on this floor. There's a room there, blue chest and green chest. Reaper says I started working 11 months ago. Actually, it was an internship at first. Yeah, I remember that. You were actually feeling full of enthusiasm to start that internship, and then now 11 months later you're kind of like, this company's, or the working practices in this company I'm working for is not great. Well, that's just working life for you. Things don't pan out the way you want them to. So I actually need one more casing to get the Nord key, so we'll hold off on buying that because I can't buy it yet. So another room to clear out. Set you on fire. Yeah, Napalm Strike I thought was actually the Air Strike, and Napalm is not as good as the Airstrike because the Airstrike has explosions, whereas Napalm is literally just fire on the floor. And that just means that enemies that walk into it will start burning, but explosions actually do a lot more damage. Hey, Nord key, unlock something. Chloranthy ring, not particularly useful. But we do have a gun muncher, so let's put something in. Turbo gun, like I said, not really going to use it. And moon scraper, decent, but no ammo left, so there we go. Oh, you actually knew from the beginning they didn't respect good practices. Fair enough then. I suppose it's always good to live in hope of them actually being good, but the reality is just not there. So, alrighty, let's move on. Let's clear it off. Which gun should I use? Yeah, let's use Lil Bomber for the time being. Low bomb is pretty decent because you can cause explosions like that, but it does take a while to charge up. And it's actually more useful if you get a good synergy with it, the King Bomber synergy, which gives you money every time you hit someone with the weapon. So that can get a lot of money very quickly. So, let's get you. There we go. Ooh. And avoid the globulins. Actually, it's dodge roll into them. So you actually cause 1 point of damage with your dodge roll, and that means you can kill small enemies like the globulins, which I always found funny. Aha! So, everyone loves a good mimic. Guess what? This chest is a mimic, and you can see it breathing. Reaper says, I had like a million talks about companies work here for lectures. Ah, well. Hey, you know, when it comes to, you know, enacting working practices and change and everything, be the change you want to be. Be the change you want to see. Right, so I'm going to kill this mimic. That did not work for some reason. I thought that was going to explode on him. Alright, let's keep the explosions going on. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Now, mimics are... You'd think they'd be annoying, but they're actually good because it saves you a use of a key. So that means that this green chest here, I could potentially use a key on. But I don't actually have enough money to buy one, which is 26. So I'm going to have to wait until after the boss of this floor to see if I get a key from a drop. And if I do, I can open the chest, and if not, I'll try the lockpicks. And for the boss, I think I'll go with the helix gun that I just picked up. And we have... Ah, the Gorgon. That's good. Oh, it was worse than you imagined, Reaper. Yeah, well... It's always surprising to find out how inept people are. It's like, wait, why are we doing this? Well, we've always done it like that. Well, why don't you use your brain and do it a better way? So yes, so this is the Gorgon, the Gun Witch. She is another easy boss in the game, mainly because her patterns are very easy to avoid. This one's one of the more difficult ones if you don't have the room to do it, but there is always a path of how to avoid. She hides under the floor and spreads poison, but that's easily avoidable. She shoots out a shockwave that can actually paralyze you if you're hit by it, but you can not only dodge roll through it, but you can actually just turn around and face the other way, and it doesn't work, like so. Obviously that's a reference to Medusa and not facing Medusa. But yeah, this boss, really easy. I'll get a flawless on this one, if I'm not too cocky. There we go, flawless. Ta-da! Ooh, well. So I mentioned that synergy before about King Bomber. Oh boy. So every time you get you hit an enemy with the King Bomber, you get money. This is actually the synergy for it. Play well, get money. That's from Coin Crown and then King Bomber, like I mentioned. So because King Bomber is such useful and synergy, I'm gonna re-enable that. And let's go back to that green chest. Open that up. And we've got the hip holster. So I think the hip holster is just about quick draw. Fires a bullet upon reloading. I suppose that's more useful for weapons that only have one ammo. So for example, the RC rocket is a good one. No, not RC rocket. RPG is a good one because that only fires one bullet per thing. So when you reload, you shoot another one out. Before we move on, I'm going to try seeing if we have secret rooms. Nope, not there. Secret room, probably not there. And I don't want to use blanks because I've got 4. So you get 2 blanks per floor and they replenish for 2. But if you have more than 2, you actually want to keep them as much as you can. So I'm going to hold off on that. So let's just move on. 5 hearts. Let's see. Reaper's posted links for Toho Madness. Yeah, this game doesn't get quite as bad as that, but it gets pretty close, I must say. Yeah, so obviously this game is inspired by bullet hells with all the patterns and everything, but it's like Undertale. Once you know the patterns, they are doable. Although I don't think this game ever gets so bad with the patterns you have to avoid like in Undertale. Alright. This room, not great. It's the powder mines. And as you can tell, there's minecarts to travel around in. But that is a very limited room. There's not a lot of space. And I don't have the rat boots anymore, which is annoying because that would have been incredibly useful for that floor. So yeah. So it might take a while for me to actually kill the enemies in this room, but that's just because I'm doing the King Bomber. And that's giving me money every single time I make a hit on them. And that will come in handy for buying more chests, more keys and things like that. So this room has some rats running around. And I need to find a secret contraption. Aha, here we go. Okay, so that's a secret door that you need a key to unlock. So I will actually need to buy a key and use it on that next time I get a chance. Alright, so let's burn you. Let's hide behind here. Keep going. You're dead. You're dead. Money, money, money. Must be funny. So, one thing I need to actually hope for is that the shopkeeper sells a key on this floor. I think the game... Oh, I do have the rat boots. Silly me. I thought I died with them. Fair enough. That made things a lot easier. Dead? Yeah, dead. Cool. And another blank. 5 blanks. Ooh, useful. Alright, so, other thing is, we have Winchester. Think your aim is true, play my game. So that comes in handy. Oh, the rat boots could be pretty good for this. Although, it doesn't actually go that far, so maybe not. So let's go over here. And clear out the rest of the floor. Ooh, okay. Red chest. Not the best chest in the game, but it's close. Red chests contain items that have a quality of A, which is the second highest. So that's a good chest to open up. Alright, let's see if we can get that. Yeah. There we go. Any more for any more? No? Okay. So you can tell 114 shells already, and that's just from the King Bomber synergy. It cost 115 to get the Nord key itself. So I had 0 money, or close to it, when I started this floor. But yeah, that's just how good King Bomber synergy is. Alright, so let's destroy you. And let's get you. And last but not least, you. So you can already tell enemy varieties changed up a little bit. So there's the mushrooms you saw in the oubliette. There's a couple of army dudes. Oh wow, 200 shells already. Alright, let's get that key. Emperor and M16. Those are good weapons to have. I might buy one of those. I might buy both of them if I can. Both of them will come in handy for the Resourceful Rat. So, let's go over here. You're dead. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Almost got 200 again. Alright, let's leave you for later. Know which room's got the contraption in, so that's fine. Yeah. So yes, Reaper, hello! It's been a while since we streamed. How are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas break and New Year? We had a pretty decent Christmas break, hence why we didn't actually stream for a lot of it, because we had lots of family events and gatherings, and it's just like, hey, you want to come over for Boxing Day? You want to come over for Christmas Day? You want to come over for New Year? It's like, ooh, so many things, so many things. Yes. Lots of fun, decent presents. Ooh, okay. Interesting room here. It has Cursula, which sells good items, but only the charm horn there's that good, and that's for stealing mainly. I don't think I need to steal really because I've got the money to buy stuff. Yeah, we'll come back onto the Cursula. And that's what I like about this game. There's so many different like NPCs that offer various different things. What I would like is for NPCs to show up more often. Like, there's an NPC in this game that's described as the witches. So it's a couple of witches that you feed some guns to, and they give you a good gun back, but it costs you a bit of curse. Or it gives you a bit of curse, rather. But I have never seen them in my game. So I really wish that with the final update that the game developers do, if they'd be able to up the chances of seeing new NPCs that haven't seen before, or at least just up the NPC rates in general. Aha, more King Bomber. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you had a good Christmas break. That's good. That's good to hear, Reaper. Did you get anything interesting present-wise? Like, I'm not assuming that your family would have bought you like a PlayStation Pro or anything, but you know, some people do. Let's open up this. Here. Staff of Firepower is not too bad. Most useful for the transformation, the transmogrifying properties it has, but yeah, okay. And then M16, Emperor. Right, let's see. Just need to double check these. So M16 alternates with grenades, Emperor fires linked projectiles. Okay. Right, and I can still buy a blank. That's good, that's good. Let's try Winchester's game. Sometimes being with the family can be tiring. Oh, I know, Reaper. I always like that joke about they should combine Thanksgiving and Christmas and call it Thank Christ because all your family's gone. But yeah, no, it can be tiring. No presents, but double pay because of Christmas, so I can buy myself presents. Yeah, well, you know what? After a certain point in your adult life, you're like, you know, I don't actually need presents because I would normally buy what I need myself. But it's always nice to receive like a little gift. So this is Winchester's game. This is very finicky, especially when you're using a controller and you've got jittery fingers. But basically the aim of this is to try and beat all the targets, and you've only got 4 shots to do it. So make every shot count. So I'm going to try and time my thing correctly. There we go. So that's 1. Ooh, I also get a double shot when I'm reloading. Hopefully that counts for breaking the targets. So let's see. Let's wait for those to go down. Yeah, there we go. The double shot does count. Right. So I want to head something like here, I think, and hope that the bounce gets the platform, the target. Let's see. Let's go for it now. Yeah, there we go. All right, one more. Oh wow, 6 cars collided here yesterday because of the ice on the road. Whew. 6 cars on the bus, but no injuries. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, it can be really dangerous when you're, you know, trying to get to places and you know you're gonna be late for work or anything, and ice suddenly makes your car skid and everything. So, yeah, hopefully everyone's fine. No injuries is good to hear. This target here is going to be really annoying to try and get, I think. I think I'm going to have to try and bounce it off the top. So let's wait for the platform, the targets to go down. Yeah, perfect. Wow. I can't believe I flawlessed Winchester's game live on stream. That never happens. Wow, you got them all. I did. Claim your prize, Deadeye. And of course, you get the best chest quality in the game, S-type. We got a clone. Oh, what is this? Composite gun, undetectable. So composite gun's pretty powerful, if I remember correctly. Only holds 2 rounds. Yeah, so I think I need to charge this. But that's fine. That might be useful for the boss, actually. So I think we've got another chest here. Yeah. Let's try lockpicks. Ah, oh well. Worth a shot. So yeah, we actually got a pretty decent loadout of guns now. And that exploded, but that's fine. So let's go here and let's try. And you know what? I'm not going to use napalm strike. Let's switch to composite gun and get ready for the third boss. It's too cold here at 8 AM. Oh yeah, I know. Way too cold at 8 AM. It's even worse when you've got like places to be. You're like, oh, I'm too cold for this. So at least I'm quite lucky. I get to work at home some days, so I don't have to wake up in the cold every day. So yeah, that's nice. All right, let's go for. Let's charge up the composite gun. And then go in. Ah, the Dreadnought. Okay. This is a kind of a medium difficulty boss, I would say. You can avoid him via hiding behind pillars. But at the same time, the pillars can get in your own way. So the good thing about the composite gun is that it's actually doing blank effects, I think. But the Dreadnought is actually too far away to be blocked by it, I think. So, let's see. Also, yes, the other thing with the pillars is that the Dreadnought can destroy them. So, it doesn't always work to your favor, but it does slow him down. Hey, look at that. Nice. 25. Flawless. Cool. And we get to replenish it. Hegemony credits. Another heart piece. Helix bullets. That could be useful. Ooh. Got synergy with the Helix gun. Praise be. Double Helix. Alright. Let's go back here. I think I can buy the blank. That's worth doing. But nothing else, I don't think. Secret wall testing? What should I use? Probably the Anvil, I think. Aha! Aha! That was worth it. Okay, so what do I need more bullets of? Probably the Helix. There we go. Chest. Hey, look at that. Not bad, not bad. So I've got a synergy with the Mega Dowser, but what's the synergy? Napalm B. Okay. Ah, no, that's the Helix thing. Never mind. Okay. Alright. I think we've got as good a loadout as we're going to get for the Resourceful Rat. So, we should... I'm going to go for the Helix gun as my room clearer of choice. And yeah, just head in. Ah. The rat boots prevent you from falling into the pit. Which is good, but it does wear off, which you saw, so that's handy. I'm going to end up using 2 of my 5 blanks, and I'm only going to get 3 back. That's kind of annoying, but oh well. Keep going to the end. So this is the end of the road, but obviously there's secrets. So you blank that open, and you find the Resourceful Rat. Ooh, almost died there, but that's fine. Another secret, another dead end, another secret wall. And this is what you need the Nord key for. So you drop down. Ta-da! Now, the other thing with the Resourceful Rat is he lives in a maze. And he doesn't sort of tell you where to go explicitly. You're going to have to figure it out on your own, unless you look it up like I did. So he drops infuriating notes, and these notes have... they have clues as to how to reach him. So, I'll show that off in a minute. So, we're on Chamber Unknown. So, the infuriating notes that we have need to be down here. So, let's go all the way down. I can hear a boy just like breaking into a box. It's really distracting. Alright, so we've got infuriating notes here. You'll see a little cheese icon at the bottom. That points the direction you want to go. So I want to go right, right, left, down to begin with. Right, right, left, down. I can remember that. Ta-da! So here's the maze. So we go right first and clear off these dudes. Ooh, there's gonna be a lot of people. Ooh, lots of people, lots of people, lots of people. I'm quite fortunate that I've got helix bullets and a synergy for that, because that cleared that out quite easily. So let's keep going right. Let's get rid of spiders. So apparently these spiders are based on a D&D enemy called phaser spiders, and I didn't know that, but they are annoying as shit to deal with. So I need to go left now, so here we go. Ooh. And oh, damn it. Just an armor piece. Gained an armor piece. Let's head down. Oh, more zombie waves. Right, you're dead. Ooh. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You'll see there that there's actually a gun reaper in the middle of the stage, and he's invulnerable to bullets. You can't actually kill him. You can only get rid of him after you kill everybody else. Hey, and he dropped a key. Nice. So we went right, left, down, and I need to go left, left. Is that right? Yeah, left, left. So left, left. There we go. Ooh. So yeah, as you can probably tell, the Advanced Gungeons and Dragons update added a lot of Dungeons and Dragons enemies. So these guys are phaser beasts. There was the Chancubulons, which are based on the like rolling a die. So let's go with that. And composite gun. Composite gun. You know what? I'm actually good. So right. So let's equip the composite gun because that'll do lots of damage. Full. All right. Let's go. No one kills the Reaper, Rob. Well, there's another enemy called the Lord of the Jammed, which is like an advanced version that only comes when you're fully cursed. And I've had ideas of how to do lore videos of the Lord of the Jammed, but yeah, not got around to it just yet. So we'll see. So this is it, Resourceful Rat boss fight. Let's see how this goes. Let's charge it up. Let's hit him in the face. So funnily enough, helix bullets for the composite gun, maybe not as good as it could be. Doing pretty well though. So you saw there that the rat's bullets were actually blanked away, and that's because of the composite gun. So that was a good thing I managed to avoid the poison. It was a good thing I managed to ace Winchester's game. Alrighty, so that's the first phase done. Let's go down now. And we go into the second phase. And I'm pretty sure people who are fans of Metal Gear Solid will get the reference of this. Yeah. Guess what this is based off of? Now, annoyingly enough, I've had some glitches with this boss fight in that the music does bug out. But I'm glad that it hasn't bugged out this time. I think the Resourceful Rat's supposed to have unique music. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm just misremembering. So that's the composite gun emptied. Let's go for the M16 now. Get some constant fire going. Keep those grenades. Now this is the phase of the fight I hate, because I can't avoid taking damage, but that's just because I'm bad. So let's get firing going. Avoid this. I got clipped by it again. And like I said, I'm not playing on turbo mode, but turbo mode gives you much less time to try and react to boss patterns and so on. Ooh. Stray bullets. Alright, let's avoid that. I think we're going to do pretty well in this one, actually. So I'm going to get to his punch-out phase. Alright, let's clear that. Let's not stop messing about. There we go, okay. So, this is the thing that I have trouble with. The punch-out fight. So, controls. So, Punch-Out rules are basically dodge left, dodge right, block to go up, duck to go down, left jab is X, circle is right jab, and square is a super. So I've tried this fight a few times and I get the gist of it, but I still haven't really got it down in particular. The M16 pattern wasn't great, yeah, but it's one of the better weapons I've got at the moment with Helix bullets, I think. But yeah, so this is Punch-Out. So the basic gist of how to do this fight is to punch the rat like 6 times to begin with, then wait for openings and try and hit him when he's glowing yellow. That'll give you a star, and then you can do a super once you've got stars. And, you know, eventually you'll be able to do, like, you'll get rewards for beating him. So let's do confirm. So, left, right, okay. So, there we go. Alright, so we blocked. Alright, blocked again. There we go, so I've got star, so I can do a super next chance I get. He glowed yellow again, I need to try and hit him that time. Alright, and then next chance I get, I'll hit him with a super. So that's that. So I've got a rat key there. Alright, okay. Second part. So, alright, I tried to hit him during his glowing yellow part, but it didn't work that time. Okay. I got another super there. Ooh, got another star. Let's hit him with a super. Okay, knocked him out. Oh, damn it. I meant to dodge down. Okay. I don't know. Oh, I've never seen that attack before. Ah, god damn it. So close. The annoying thing about the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out fight is that you can't practice it unless you do it. Unless you try getting the Resourceful Rat. And that is annoying as fuck. What a shame, Taffer. Maybe you'll get me next time, but you probably won't. He is very true. He's very true. Right. I'm kind of demoralized now because the whole point of the stream was to try and kill him in that Punch-Out fight. Like, I got 3 keys, so I can get some rewards, I think. Let's see. Hopefully, I shouldn't get rat boots again. That would be a really strange thing to get. Replenish that. Is there anything else that needs bullets? Probably not. Okay, so if you successfully beat the rat, you can get up to 6 keys. I've only got 3, but let's try this one. So I've got a sack. I've got this one. This is Pac-Man, which is really good. And we'll go for this one here. Spice! So that must have been the one with boots in. Well, alright. Okay, let's see. How much time we got? See, the problem is that I'm having actually a really good run, so I could probably get all the way to bullet hell with this, but I really just want to do the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out bit. Yeah, you know what? I'll carry on this run, just so I've got like a stream of Enter the Gungeon on. I can show you just how broken this guy is. Partially eating cheese. And then, yeah, you get to see the rest of the levels and everything, do the bosses and so on. But if you can beat the Resourceful Rat, you can basically win the rest of the game because he is just so strong. The rewards you get are so good, and you know, there's nothing can stand in your way basically. And you'll see what I mean when I do the partially eaten cheese in a minute. So now we're on Chamber 4, Hollow. We saw the secret floor there, which is Resourceful Rat's lair. We've skipped the Abbey of the True Gun, but that's just because, you know, we didn't manage to keep the old crest. So let's go for partially eaten cheese. Oh hey, guess what? It's Pac-Man. And you just instantly murder enemies. It gives you invincibility while doing it. And yeah, it's so strong. Also, apparently it is the fastest recharging invincibility giving item. So yeah, you can just, you know, do damage to a room of enemies and it's already almost fully charged again. So that's just how strong that is. You know what, let's use some spice. Gives me an extra health thing. Let's switch back to cheese. Spice gives you a couple of different things. It's based off a particular thing from June. So let's just eat you, eat you, eat you. There we go. It's based off spice in June, which is basically a drug that causes addictions and has more effects as you have more. And the whole more thing is actually a common meme with spice. Because it just says, let the spice flow and just have more. But yeah. So in this, it gives you a half a point of curse for first using it. And I think it gives you a point of curse every use after that. And what you'll find is that spice actually becomes more apparent when you use more of it. So I used one use of it there. It has a chance to replace any item I find in a chest now. And that chance increases every chest I find and every item I get. Excuse me, sorry about that. Reaper's got to go. Bye, Reaper. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, but, you know, you can tell. Partially eaten cheese, so strong. Just absolutely easy mode at this point, basically. Although, I say easy mode, I'm not using my King Bomber synergy. This is easy mode. Just get all of the money. So, while the cat's in the way of the TV, I'll just stick on partially eaten cheese as a way of mitigating that. So, there we go, you're dead. And just let the money flow in. Alright, so moving on. I wonder if you get double hits with Helix bullets on King Bomber. I doubt it, but it'd be interesting. So you can probably tell I'm getting 2 bombs per bullet for Helix bullets, and I'm also getting an extra bomb for reloads. So there you see Spice has now replaced that item in the chest. But I get to use this, so let's just go for the link here. That unlocks something, but I'm not sure what. A tantalizing cube of power. It increases combat prowess with absolutely no downside. That's a lie, by the way. A potent gun-enhancing drug from the far reaches of the galaxy. It is known to be extremely addictive and extremely expensive. Well, the cost comes in other ways. So, secret. Nope. Okay. Back to the King Bomber. So let's use that spice. So you saw a little cursed head icon above me there. That is just the icon for curse happening. Curse has some hidden values that affect how much ammo drops for you and how strong enemies are. So the more curse you have, the more chance enemies have of becoming jammed, which means that they get like a dark red coloration and they take 3 times as much damage, and they have 3 times as much health, so they take a lot longer to kill. They also tend to do much more damage themselves, so if you get hit by one of their bullets, they'll take off a full heart container of health rather than just one half of it. But you do get more money for killing them, so curse runs are quite good when you're trying to do Resourceful Rat, as I mentioned earlier, because you get a lot more money. Right. Partially eaten cheese is almost recharged. Explode you. Explode you. And one more, there we go. Okay, that's recharged now. But yeah, again, started this level with next to no money. I've already got 184 now. So I should be able to buy anything I need from the shopkeeper. That's dependent on him actually having good stuff to buy, to sell rather. But yeah, just buy all the health items I need. And that's just one of the ways you can kind of break the economy in this game. But that just means that the King Bomber synergy is just so good. I'm actually not going to use the partially eaten cheese if I can, because that means I can get more money from hitting people. There we go. You know what, I'm going to use these dudes, because it's just simpler that way. Open. Polaris, that's pretty good. Polaris does more damage the more enemies you kill with it, so it's a good weapon to get earlier on in the game. At this point though, I'm pretty certain I'm sticking with King Bomber for synergy purposes, and then composite gun. Ooh. Lament Configurum. Well. Ooh, didn't mean to do that, sorry. Yeah. So Lament Configurum is an item that can break the game because it lets you spawn. It has a chance of spawning any item or weapon in the game. So you want to use this to try and get clone, which gives you a second life, and that lets you restart your game after dying. So it lets you have another chance at doing things like Resourceful Rat, and if you die before getting to the end of the game, you get another chance to do the end of the game. So always looking out for clone. Now, Lament Configurum, as you can probably tell, has some risks in the fact that it spawns lots of enemies. But, you know, if you've got a big enough room to deal with them, you can handle them no problem, usually. The other thing is that the Lament Configurum can actually take health from you, but I've never actually seen it happen. I think it's just a... Ooh. Is it worth using a key on this? You know what? I think I will. Brown chest. More spice. Okay. Is it worth using it? Yeah. Let's use spice. So that actually took health away, but oh, music's gone a bit. Switch back to Napalm Strike. There we go. For some reason it wasn't going away. And that's the downside of spice, is that it gives you health to begin with and increases your damage, but then it starts taking health away. But it still increases your damage, so if you've got the health containers for it, using spice as much as possible is actually the ideal way. Zombie boat. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have keys, blanks. Just buy everything. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Nope, just boss. Cool. Partially eaten cheese needs to recharge. Let's go for composite gun. And let's see who we've got. Hey, it's Warmonger. So Warmonger's another unique boss in that his room is the only one that moves. Or basically, he moves, and you have to try and keep up with him. But composite gun is making this very easy, because it's just blanking everything away. God damn, composite gun's good. Alright, let's use partially eaten cheese, just bang into him, get some invincibility, keep an eye on it running out. Okay. Use a blank just because. There we go, and that's Warmonger flawless. You know what, I'm actually going to get close to Lead God. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I might get Lead God on this run. That'd be good. So Lead God is an achievement in the game. Ooh, a box. Yeah, it's better than Napalm Strike. Basically, if you flawless all bosses in the game from floors 1 to 5, you get the Lead God achievement, and you also get, I think you might get an extra weapon or item unlocked, but I'm not sure actually. Either case, getting a Lead God on a run is basically just saying, yep, you're really good at the game, and you know, feel good. Right. Actually, I want to switch to King Bomber for the money. Ooh. It's getting a bit dicey. Dead. One more. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, well, let's move on, I guess. So the box lets you steal things, but to be honest, I've got so much money I don't need to. I'm not even going to bother checking for secret rooms. We could probably just get to the dragon, get to the lich, probably, if I feel like doing it. And yeah, I think that'll probably wrap up the stream for us, to be honest. Didn't achieve my goal of beating the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out, but yeah. If only there was a way to practice the fight. Hint, hint, dodge roll, in case you're listening. I would really like there to be like a training mode just to say, hey, practice the bosses. And boss rush doesn't really work for Resourceful Rat Punch-Out, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. But yeah, I can't really fault the developers of this game because they've been, you know, they've worked really hard on this and they've created one of my, I will say this, one of my favorite games of all time, I must say. It is fantastically good and I keep coming back to it as well. So yeah, I am fully invested in whatever they want to do next. I imagine it'll involve dodge rolling of some sort, but they've said they want to do something new to the different to the Gungeon. So they did have a joke of, oh yeah, we'll do one that's all about swords and we'll do like a melee dungeon crawler, but I don't think they're actually serious about it. But hey, whatever you guys are interested in, I'll do. I've bought this game 3 times on PlayStation 4, the Switch for portability, and then PC version. And PC version has Mod the Gungeon, so people who, you know, work on mods for the game can add new things to it. So it's like, hey, do you want a mod where you can play as Doom Guy? Basically just adding a different skin to the Marine. You can do that. Although, to be fair, the Marine is actually based off of the Doom Guy anyway, so kind of redundant to do that, but it's there if people want to do it. And yeah, there's all sorts of different mods, like changing whether you can see curse and coolness, changing the loot tables, although the Advanced Gungeons and Dragons update already did that. Ooh, let's not burn, shall we? There we go. Stop, drop, and roll. Let's get more money. At a certain point, getting so much money is kind of overkill, but I don't know how expensive the last items on this floor are going to cost, so I'm going to keep going. Luckily enough, King Bomber is actually not a bad weapon to use because explosions will, if not kill enemies, then at least push them away. So that means that you're less of a risk of dying. Hey, look at that! I've got a spice drop. Alright, so let's get Limit Configurum out. Yeah, you know what? I don't need trusty lockpicks anymore, so let's swap. Use... that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Let's use more curse. Get the lockpicks back. Let's get Lament Configurum. Ooh, Snake Maker. So that's a decent gun. Probably more useful for, again, transmogrifying enemies. So that might come in handy for bullet hell. Because there's no point to use the King Bomber in bullet hell because money is useless there. Alright, let's go over here. Ooh, there we go. Alright. You're dead? Yeah, okay. So yeah, so this is the Hollow. The enemies have become more demonic in nature, although to be fair, I'm using the Limit Configurum as well, so that's kind of like why there's so many different types of demonic style enemies here. But you can saw those like Bulletkins and Hoods and everything. So, and then the last one is like the Forge, which is where the bullet that can kill the past exists. And that's kind of the whole point of this game, because I've been playing this game for a long time, and I've done all the pasts of all the characters, so I'm just doing like different challenges, like challenge mode, and trying to actually complete the Resourceful Rat boss fight all the way, because I've gotten close, but still not done it properly. But the whole point of the game to begin with is to build the bullet that can kill the past, because this game has a treasure of the gun that can kill the past. And that is, you know, an artifact where the characters of this game want to change something that happened a long time ago. And that is their reason for coming to the Gungeon. And yeah, by getting the gun that can kill the past and the bullet that can kill the past, you change your fate. Change and rewrite history. So much money. Ooh, ethereal ring. Yeah. That is good. That is invincibility good. Okay. Just need to cycle through them when I get to the dragon. It's a bit of a shame that I dropped the spice now, because I could have used that. Ghost bullets. Ghost bullets I think go through enemies, so I don't think I want that. But the directional pad I can use, because it gives you a chest after using up all the ammo. And as always, I'm looking out for that clone, so that if not this time, then next time we can try doing the Resourceful Rat. So, the make configure. Still not getting any drops. Oh well. It's always a chance. Oh no, I got the Snake Maker. Never mind. I'm silly. I did get a drop from Lament Configurer. So there's always a chance of getting an item from it. Alright, so that's the dragon. Is there anything else to do? Yeah, something on here. Let's go this way. And yeah, like I said, the directional pad will give a chest once I run out of ammo for it. So I'm going to use this to clear out stuff here. I've seen some techniques where you use the directional pad to spawn a chest in front of the dragon, and that means you can be invincible for that portion of the boss fight, because you just hide behind the chest and nothing else changes. But I'm not going to do that. I really want to see if I get that clone item. Oh god. Oh, those are... Oh. There was a secret room in there, but it's only got a gun muncher in. So... Well, you know what? I've got lots of items, so let's give Anvil. Ooh, it's an evil muncher. That is not as useful, because I don't want to give up lots of weapons. So I'm not going to do that. So, directional pad. Avoid those. Those hammers that you see coming from the sky are based off of a Zelda boss, I think, or a Zelda enemy, and they are annoying as hell on challenge mode. Alright. Yeah, you know what, just use it. Aha! Black chest. And? Oh, okay. It's a good item, but not what I wanted. So, let's go back to King Bomber. Again, money at this point is overkill, but it's always worth having more, because why not? I might get a lucky drop that gives me more damage based on the money I have. Who knows? Ooh, configure recharge. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I should explain. I've got a couple of companions with me now from drops. So I got Gungeon from doing the Resourceful Rat. He's the guy that's the brown dude with a little helmet on. If I destroyed chests rather than opening them, I would get more pieces to upgrade Gungeon with, and he gets like a sword, he gets a shield, he gets, you know, other stuff to work with. But I've been opening chests because why not? Hey, look at that. How much curse am I on? I've got quite a bit, don't I? Okay. Not quite at Lord of the Jams yet, so that's good. And yeah, that's about it. So let's take on Dragon. Let's get partially eaten cheese, and we'll get composite gun, charge it up, and let's go. So we'll use... Oh, he's jammed! Okay, well this is going to be interesting. Jammed Dragon. Never actually fought the Jammed Dragon before. Although composite gun is actually making this a bit of a joke. But as you can probably tell, he has a lot more health than usual. So composite gun would be doing a lot more, but I'm just not giving him the chance to. Alright, let's use partially eaten cheese. Eat knives. Eat knives. Alright, element configurums empty, so let's use this. And I'll stay where I am, just use ring of ethereal form. Hold for that. Okay, and then just use a blank to be safe. Partially eaten cheese is ready. Alright, let's just bounce into him. Okay, so that's the hard part done. And now we get to the easy part, which is basically just doing dodges. Now I say easy. It's been a while since I've done this. All you have to do is time your dodge rolls to the gaps. And then wait for his heart to open up. So just do damage here. And yeah, just wait for the next thing again. So, alright, let's go this way, and then that way. I think what's actually helping me out with this that I didn't realize to begin with is that because I have the resourceful rat sack item, I'm actually picking up enemies here. Hey, and there's Jam Dragon defeated, and that will be Lead God. Ta-da! So just for the proof, there's Master Round number 1, Master Round number 2, Master Round number 3, number 4, and number 5. So yeah, like I said, if you can beat the Resourceful Rat, you can break the rest of the game and just become utterly unstoppable. But I still want that clone, so let's go over here. Lament configurum. You know what, let's go here actually. There we go. Hey, I think that's the railgun. So this room's a little bit dicier than I thought it'd be. Yeah, it took a bit of damage, but hey, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk. Prototype railgun. Okay, I have 10 curse, so it's time to mosey along. Let's see if I can beat the Lich while being chased by Lord of the Jammed. That was probably not a smart thing to do. I don't actually know, can the Lord of the Jammed chase me here? Oh well. And yeah, you know what, I've got 20 minutes or so before I should end the stream, so let's head off to Bullet Hell. At this point, I'm not really bothered if I complete it or not, but, you know. It's just fun. This is a fun game. I have fun playing it, and I'm glad that I'm streaming it as well. So, yeah. So, we're into Bullet Hell. Should probably switch to the Snake Maker, I think. Yeah, Snake Maker probably best. So, Snake Maker's there. And let's go. Jam snakes. I'm not seeing the Lord of the Jammed. Wow, okay. Well, let's use that ring of ethereal form then. Jeez. Didn't realize you could get a jammed wall mimic here. Alright, so that's that. There's gonna be so many jammed enemies here. Who's alive? Who's alive? You're alive. Now, normally, seeing the Lord of the Jammed is usually a bad thing because he just chases you forever. But he's not actually that hard to avoid. Like, he only has the one attack, and his main threat is he just follows you forever, and he does not go away, no matter what. So he's basically, it follows, but in the Gungeon. But yeah, I mean, I've got the partially eaten cheese, I've got ring of ethereal form. I don't think I'll have any problem with this. So let's use that. Eat. This level is bullet hell, so there are no shops on this level. There are no chests to be found, at least guaranteed chests anyway. And yeah, it's just like a gauntlet of enemies to try and kill before beating the very last enemy in here, which is the Lich, as I mentioned. So let's go. That's replenished. Ring of Ethereal Thorns not charged yet, but that's fine. It'll charge soon enough. So you're a snake. You're a snake. You're a snake. You're a snake. No, you're just dead. I must admit, I don't usually come into bullet hell because there's not. Ooh, spice. Yeah, why not? Really need to get better at actually making sure I use the spice. There we go. At this point, more curse doesn't really mean anything because the Lord of Jam's already chasing me. So I think it's just giving more damage. So eventually, I might hit a point where I do so much damage, I bypass the damage cap on bosses. That'll be interesting. But I haven't got any ammo for the composite gun, so that's not going to work for that. Might just have to use the Emperor or something. So let's go. Really, no transformation? Okay. Excuse me. I would like to transform you. Da-da-da-da-da. Come on. So yeah, curse, hidden stat. If you have too much, if you have at least 10, the Lord of Jam comes around, which is why you saw anything to chase me. But like I said, not really doing a whole lot Lord of the Jam wise, because he's not that threatening. Now, if I was earlier in the game and he started showing up, that would be more of a problem because he makes shopkeepers disappear. So if you want to buy anything from them, you have to make sure that you are nowhere near them, nowhere near the Lord of the Jammed. Teleport across like the side of the map, for example, and then buy what you need as quick as possible, because otherwise you will not get any items, and you will never get any items because they will just disappear. But yeah, the trick to that is just to teleport far away, because the Lord of the Jammed is not fast. He's just inexorably coming towards you. So yeah, he's manageable. So let's go here. See, Gun Reaper there, disappears, Lord of the Gem instantly takes his place. And yeah, I mentioned that the bullet hell is basically just a gauntlet of enemies before the final boss. You basically want to find his boss room as quickly as possible, because if you didn't have like good items and good weapons and everything, you would struggle with this part. You know what? I'm gonna drop box. Switch to spice. Take spice. More curse. More curse. Okay. Just use eating cheese. Da 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 da. Dead? No, not yet. Almost. You're dead. Another reason why partially eaten cheese is broken is because you can still fire your gun while using it. It is literally just a way of saying, hey, guess what? I want to get rid of all enemies in my way. And I feel like being OP as fuck while doing it. So let's get rid of the spider. Ooh, Iron Maiden. Yep, you're a snake now. Running out of ammo? Yep, out of ammo. Let's try the railgun, why not? Picked it up. Ooh, okay, so composite gun time. Wait, what? Where's the composite gun gone? What? It's disappeared. Why has it disappeared? Huh. I didn't drop it, did I? That's really odd. I don't know why I don't have it anymore. That would have been really useful to get an ammo drop on. Oh well. That's disappointing. Maybe I did drop it, but no. Oop. Let's get around here. Avoid you. Come on. Dead. Ooh. Pew, 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 pew. Alrighty. Let's hope we find the Lich soon enough. Also, because I've had so many spice items, let's see. Yeah, it's really not there. That's disappointing. Because I've had spice so many times, I've got like super speed now. So this almost feels like I'm playing turbo mode rather than the normal version. So let's go down this way. 893 coins as well. Jeez. Okay. Alright, parchment cheese, thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh, blank. Handy. Hey, it's Lich time. Okay, before we try that, I'm going to teleport. And I'm going to try and teleport as far away as I can, all the way over here. And then wait for the Lord of the Jam to come towards me. Yeah, you know, I think I'll use the Emperor. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum. La 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 la. Come on, Lord of the Jammed. I know you're slow, but don't need to keep me waiting. This is just going to give me a bit more. There we go. Bit more opportunity to have some room before fighting the Lich. Now, Lord of the Jammed, like I said, lasts forever. He also lasts during cutscenes, so you actually want to get through cutscenes as quickly as possible if he's chasing you. Let's use the ethereal form. Partially eaten cheese is ready to go. Am I not invincible? Yes. So let's just bounce into him. Charge up Ring of Ethereal Form. Getting close. Okay, so he's dead. Now we get a little bit of a respite. And grabbed. Just in time. So this is the second phase of the Lich. This is the form that grabs you from the area where you can do the gun that can kill the past. Much bigger form, as you can tell. And he's a big nasty. So I'm just gonna avoid this. Get that Ring of Ethereal Form on. Switch over to partially eaten cheese. Alright, keep an eye on if I'm invincible. Right. Bounce into him. Yep, that's that done. So, last phase now. This is the one where he takes the form of a skeleton, or something close to a skeleton at least. And he has literal bullets for arms and legs. So can't get too close to him on this one. So Ring of Ethereal Forms ready to go. Let's switch to M16. Alright, Ring's ready. So let's switch to that. Partially eaten cheese is ready to go. Am I not invincible? Yep, let's go. So just bounce into him a couple times. Ring of Ethereal Forms ready to go. Let's just blank that, why not? Hey, look at that. Led God and didn't get touched by the Lich. So it's annoying enough that the Lord of the Jam's in the way. You can't kill the Lord of the Jam's past. That has some interesting lore implications, I think. But that'll be a topic for another time, I think. So let's finish the game. aim the gun that can kill the past at the Lich, and fire away. To the Gungeon, to the Gungeon. So yeah, so that is a successful run of Enter the Gungeon by Dodge Roll. So I will sing the praises of Dodge Roll to high heaven, whatever, to the curtain of the world of the Gungeon, because that's where the Lord of the Gemmed exists from. And yeah, the music by Adam Does One Drucker is fantastic. Like the title theme, Enter the Gungeon, is just so good, so good. So yeah, bit unfortunate that we didn't actually get to do the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out fight. But if I decide to stream Enter the Gungeon again, then I'll definitely make that a thing to try and do, because it's a good challenge to try and do. Some people do like consecutive kill streaks on the Lich. Some people try and do like specific challenges, challenge mode, turbo mode, blessed mode, things like that. But yeah, this game's got a lot to it. So yeah, I think that's gonna about wrap it up for me here. We might do a stream of Spyro Reignited Trilogy later on today. Not sure about that though. Depends on how Pimmsy feels when she gets back. I'll need to stick dinner on, and then we'll see how quickly dinner is, and then if Pimmsy feels up to doing Spyro. But yeah, it's been a while since we streamed, so thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoyed the stream. If you did, you can catch up on all the other streams that we've done, mostly before Christmas, on RiggyRob and Pimmsy Play. I might change the name of RiggyRob and Pimmsy Play, but the link will stay the same. So it'll be youtube.com/c/RiggyRobPimmsyPlay, or it's the one with the random letters after it when you go to youtube.com/channel. But it's in the chat now, so you can see that on the screen. We've also got Discord and Twitter you can follow us at. Twitter, I'm going to try and get better at posting updates to. I've been using it to do different things, you know, like posting movie reviews of movies we've gone to see, keeping you guys updated on when we stream or not, and then just like retweeting art and everything. But I want to use Twitter more. I want to get better at using Twitter, at reaching out to people, and, you know, just like generally expand the channel and get more people watching and get more people interested in us, I guess. So yeah, so you can follow us on Discord and Twitter, and that, if you know we have more followers, then we've got more people to talk to, more people will take notice of the things we do, and you know, it just makes everything all easier. So yeah, so that's the credits done, and do I need to press a button to make it move on? No, there we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! And there we go. So the Gungeon has been defeated. The Lich has the past has been rewritten. Or you'd think. So Pilot went through bullet hell, killed by nobody. You did great. Just look at, so overpowered. Rat boots, partially eaten cheese. Amazing. Yeah, I had the bullet that can kill the past and didn't even actually use it. I spent an hour and a half on that, so not bad, not bad. So let's return to the breach. And yeah, like I said, we might do another stream of Spyro in a little bit. But otherwise, we'll catch up on Friday for more Xenoblade 2 Torn of the Golden Country. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.
Yeah.